overall pretty good game for us. Third game that we've had with everybody back, and it seems that each game we've played up to this point, it gets a little bit more connected and a little bit better. So happy with the way it went, and another opportunity to play for a trophy on Saturday, and look forward to the challenge.
Open it up for any questions for the players.
Kirsten, when you guys, when your top couple of lines get going, it's hard to match. And I feel like today, especially in the second period, it just kind of evolved and kept progressing there to the point where you're scoring them in.
Yeah, I feel like even in the first, we really got going. I mean, obviously, we had a bunch of scoring chances. I would say a lot of grade A scoring chances, too, and they just weren't going in yet. But we just knew if we kept chipping away that they were going to come eventually. And then, obviously, in the second, we got a few in there. And, yeah, I mean, when those two lines are rolling, it's pretty good. I mean, obviously, we keep them hemmed in, and it takes everyone, though. But, yeah, I mean, once we got into the second, we started pouring them in a bit. And I just think, overall, we were pretty connected from the beginning.
Kelly, what is it about like the way you go about like navigating around defenses with just the puck on one hand? Like, how has that become such a strength for you in transition, especially?
Yeah, I'd say it started like when I broke my wrist a while ago, and so I learned how to stick handle with one hand, and so that's just kind of given me confidence to be able to puck protect in that way and use my size to my advantage. And so my reach is something that I have as a unique talent, and I just try to use that to create offense.
Kirsten, I feel like the first period was kind of a scrappy, you kind of had to find your way through kind of period to get those chances because the middle of the ice didn't seem very open for you.
Yeah, the middle was definitely clogged, but I still think our forecheck was super hot from the beginning. I think we were very connected from F1 to F3, and so I think that was helping us get our scoring chances and kind of getting that ozone time. And so obviously we got a few in tight scoring chances there, but not as many clear lanes maybe. And then from that, I think that was what opened it up for us in the second.
Kelly, sorry to keep
Good.
the mic, but how important was it for you guys to establish the kind of game you want to play today, knowing that in a couple of days you got either Ohio State or Minnesota?
Yeah. I mean, we knew like every game going into this weekend is going to be, we're going to get every team's best, and it's going to be a challenge. And so it just starts with creating good habits. Like Sim said on the forecheck, we have to have a good F1 and support with an F2, and then good back checks through the house. And so it was more just like building good habits. But every team we're playing is going to be tough. So our mindset doesn't really change depending on who we're playing.
Can both of you touch on this? Start with you, Kelly. That you've got a day off now, which is unusual for this. I mean, it feels before that's kind of how it goes. But how does that impact the way you, I guess, treat this weekend?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it too much. I was more just trying to get through this game today. But yeah, it is a little bit different. I mean, we've done it last year, like you mentioned, with the Frozen Four. It's good to kind of regroup, get a little bit of rest, and then just refocus for Saturday's game.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously it is a little different, but it'll be good just because it gives us an extra day in between to kind of focus up on who we end up playing rather than having to wait till 9 p.m. to figure out who we're playing at 2 the next day. So I think it's good in that sense, and then obviously to get some touches in tomorrow and just kind of get a feel-good skate in going into Saturday.
Kirsten, you obviously had this connection with Della kind of from the beginning of the season, but after the time away, do you feel like today was kind of you two refinding that chemistry?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we definitely started to find it a little bit at the start of the year, and then obviously as the year goes on, she's also a freshman too, so it takes time as well. And I've obviously been playing with the same player almost the last 2 years, so finding new chemistry with new people, it's fun to do, but it does take time. And now I think it's starting to click at the perfect time, which is the end of the year, playoffs running, and we're finding each other. If she's finding me, I'm finding her, and it's fun to play with.
Did Minnesota State feel different at all as opposed to when you played in the beginning of the year?
Funny enough, I haven't played them yet, so I was out the first series, and then we were gone this past one, so I have nothing to really touch on that, but Kelly probably has a bit.
Yeah, I mean, they're just like such a physical team. Like I noticed, like along the walls, they're pretty physical. They like to pack it in, so it's really hard to navigate through the slot area. So you really just have to kind of come prepared and sit low in your skates to be able to take some hits.
But Kelly, does that prepare you for, every game you're going to play now is going to be someone that's probably going to try to be physical against you, right?
For sure, I'd say it's a good practice test for us. I'm not shy with the hits. I've faced a lot versus no matter who we're playing. But I think just kind of like the speed of the game. They play really fast and they're fast and physical, and so that's just kind of the games the opponents are going to be playing against us, and so it's good to face now.
Anything else for either of the players? Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
It's
all right.
The sharpness that teams seem to have in the second period, especially, how good was that to see after, maybe the first period was a little bit of a grind.
Yeah, I mean, that's anticipated. I mean, it's, as we all know, it's that time of season. They're coming off a big, weekend series against Duluth, and they're going to come in with a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, a lot of jump in their play, and the first 6, 7, 8 minutes, that's what you saw, and who can manage pucks, who can take care of it, because the corners are tight, the neutral zone's clogged, and so it really emphasizes your puck management. We did have a bunch of different good looks in the first period, and the first 4 or 5 minutes, she was in tune. Puck was hitting her, and she was, she made a save on a haul that was, pretty impressive early on. And it's like, okay, here we go. There's going to be 60 minutes of this, but obviously in the second period, we were able to capitalize on a couple things and stretch the lead a little bit. And yeah, but I mean, all that stuff's good for you. The team that moves on, if they get into a situation and get forced turnovers, Ava, needs to make some saves on outnumbered situations. And if you survive, it's all opportunities to learn from it and move forward, because whoever we play Saturday, there's going to be a bunch of that going on too.
Felt like a lot of goals scored pretty immediately off of turnovers today.
That's the rink. I mean, there's not much space behind the net, and if the puck's in your defensive zone, it's behind the net. That's not good for the defensive team. I mean, the offensive team can get it, and within a split second, it's out in front of the net and create scoring opportunities of it. And so you have to be really conscious of what's coming. You have to be able to communicate really well, and when the puck's below your goal line, you have to be assertive, attentive, and get the puck out of there as quickly as you can.
Ryan, can you talk about peaking at the right time with the sort of abnormal progression of the last month or two? How has that affected sort of what you would have liked, what you would like to see from them, and how has that changed sort of the approach?
Well, I mean, we're still growing, and we've had to do it in different layers this year. We did it early on, and both Layla and Sims, that was the first time they've played Mankato. They didn't play early in the season in Madison when we played it, because they were both hurt, and obviously didn't play a couple, 3 weeks ago when they're up there. But it's been an interesting year. It's been a grind. It's been challenging, but when we talked to September, that's the things we talked about. This is what laid out in front of us. So, we faced some adversity early in the year with some of our key players being out, and the other kids came and played and rised and helped us. And then when the 5 of them left, that group became really a team within a team. I've said that before, and they became close knit. And then all of a sudden you got these players coming back, and they're it's like how do we bring them back into the fold? And so we did a team activity before we played Bemidji, and try to get people on the same page. And ultimately it comes down to good teammates make good teams. And so can I be a good teammate even though I might not be getting what I've gotten at different points in the season? So the kids that were left behind and that we played with for 8 games, all of a sudden we got people coming back in the fold. Can I still be a good teammate knowing that my role might change? And then early on, you know, we went through some of that. So, man, if you can figure those things out, come and tell me and help me out. You know, I've been doing it a long time, and as I mentioned, you know, this was going to be and has been a very challenging year. But yet it seems, you know, when we're challenged, you know, we have somebody or a group of people rise to the top and play well enough for us to win games. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just figuring it out day by day. And, you know, trying to make the best decisions knowing that, you know, if you win the game at the end of it, you've made the right decisions. And if you don't, then you start beating yourself up and saying, I should have done this, I should have done that. But no, it's a good group of kids. I think they want to do well. And so, you know, each game we play, you know, and this is our third one, we can continue to learn more about the group that we have now. And so, you know, kids are fighting flus, kids are sick, and so it's like, welcome to coaching hockey. And but the end's in sight, and so that's what makes it exciting. So we're in the playoffs. You know, we get an opportunity to play one more game and then get ready for the NCAA tournament because the teams put themselves in a position to have the right to do that. So throw everything at it Saturday afternoon, and if you end up winning that game, you take a trophy back to Madison and feel good about yourself and wake up Sunday and figure out who you're going to play next.
When KK's coming off the ice, doubled over, how's your stomach?
When she was down on the ice, I was like, oh boy, you know, it's like, you know, it's late in the game. I mean, at that point, the game's decided. I'm going, and I didn't see what happened. And so as she rolled over, you know, and it looked like it wasn't going to be a knee or something in the lower body. And then she started, and it's like, oh, she must have got a stick or she must have got elbowed or something happened in there. But yeah, so yeah, you hold your breath.
It seems that between the puck she caught up there earlier this year and the stick, that kind of keeps happening to her.
Yeah, welcome to hockey. It's like, just when you thought you saw it all, and then something goofy happens or funny happens. So, yeah, that's why it's a great game because you don't know. You don't. I mean, yeah. So.
Anything else for Coach?
How do you feel about the day off? I mean, it's a facility thing. It's just something tough to deal with.
I mean, I think, you know, the teams that are in position for next weekend, it's like a dry run, and so it just, you know, you're missing school. I know, Ohio State came up on a Tuesday, but it's like I got a bunch of kids with classes till 5:30 on Tuesday, and so I don't know. I mean, I hope we have a good crowd on Saturday, and then we'll say, hey, you know, it's a good idea. But I think either way, it's the hard part is trying to find a venue that we could do it back to back, and it's becoming more challenging because, you know, on the men's side, Big Ten side, they changed their playoff structure, so, you know. And then, you know, to host it, I mean, you're around Madison and Levon. I mean, we got more stuff going on there than Madison Square Garden this time of year. So it's like, yeah, so we've been, and I'm now over 20 plus years doing this. We're trying to figure out still, you know, what's the best setup, what's the best venue, and how can we make this become something special? Because we got a good product. Whoever's in the finals, whoever gets the, you know, final face-off. I mean, we got good teams. We got wonderful players in our league, and you know, hopefully we can showcase them. And, you know, whoever we're playing Saturday, they're going to get treated to a great game. All right, thank you. Yeah. What do you think of the day off? I mean, it's like you guys got to stay up unless you got a good hotel.
Well, no.
Yeah. Come on over to us. They just put a sauna in the one we got. It's like, it's
I've
outstanding.
never been to the boys' state hockey.
Yep.
I might go to that.
Oh.
That's where I may be going. My nephew's playing for Edina. They face off at 8 o'clock, so, yeah.
Tonight, or?
Tonight, yeah.